Each year, thousands of leadership books are published in the US. Yet one book, written thousands of years ago and with much to say about leadership, never appears on the business bestseller list. And what book might that be? It's the Bible.
While over 5 billion copies of the Bible have been sold, it's rarely considered a leadership book. Hi, I'm Anna, and along with Alex, we will lead you in a little exploration of why the Bible should be your source for leadership advice.
Thanks, Anna. Many think the Bible is just about theology or outdated advice that isn't relevant to modern leaders. But it's full of leadership themes such as accountability, service, and integrity. The core idea we take from the Bible is that leadership isn't for self-advantage. It's for service, to shepherd and care for those under your influence.
The key word there is influence. Very little of a leader's scope is truly under their control. They must navigate strategies, goals, and people using their influence. This shifts the focus entirely. It means your authority comes from elsewhere. In Bible-centric leadership, it comes from God. You're not the final boss, you're the steward of people. Leaders must recognize that their power comes from a source greater than themselves and use it wisely in accordance with the attributes and behaviors that God has prescribed.
This theological framework actually produces powerful benefits. It creates trust. A leader who feels accountable to a higher standard, who is expected to be above reproach, consistently acts with a higher level of integrity. People want to be led by leaders who have integrity, leaders they can trust.
Let me give you a scenario to get you thinking. Imagine I took you to a busy street corner in a major urban city. As we stand at the corner of a busy street, I ask you to single out one person who is walking along the sidewalk. I tell you that I'll give you enough power over that person to ruin their marriage, negatively impact their finances, and cause enough unbearable stress that causes them to burn out.
You're likely to respond by refusing to do so. Your moral conviction would be that you would not wish those conditions on anyone.
Yet, as someone's boss, we have that power. We can put pressure on their marriage by demanding they work excessive overtime and on weekends. We can refuse to promote them or give them a raise, which can create financial pressure in their lives. We can stress them out so much at work that they become physically ill.
As leaders, we have a moral obligation to treat our employees as people God has entrusted to us to nurture, encourage, and grow. In short, we must act justly toward them.
Yes, and academic research validates this focus. Many research studies have found a strong connection between perceived organizational justice, the biblical idea of righteous judgment, and employee well-being and productivity. People work harder for a leader they know acts fairly. Employees are drawn to leaders who protect their well-being. You might say employees are endeared to this kind of leader, and that endearment produces high levels of productivity, loyalty, and innovation. In short, every employee, well, every person really, wants two things in life. They want to be cared for, and they want to make a difference in life. The leader who provides those two things to their employees will develop a Bible-centric leadership style.
The model for this service to others is Jesus. His approach challenged conventional power. He didn't come to be served, he came to serve. This is the heart of Bible-centric leadership, leading through serving, not controlling. Jesus provides a master class in valuing and leading employees. By striving to exhibit Christ-like attributes and behaviors, leaders can effectively and positively influence those they lead. It's that moral obligation to lead in such a way that lifts up the individual as a much-loved creation of God.
The actions of Jesus made his teachings credible. He showed that powerful leadership emerges through serving others, not dominating them. Other studies have shown that leading from a service mindset results in higher team trust and commitment. It gets results.
The typical approach of an overpowering boss simply doesn't work. It doesn't foster the engagement among employees needed to achieve individual and organizational excellence. Sure, a boss who yells at their employees and uses intimidation may get short-term results, but in the long term, employees will either leave the organization or disengage from their work. Neither outcome produces a strategically viable approach for leading an organization. Employees simply can't function at their best in a hostile environment.
So how do we implement a Bible-centric leadership style? Let's use practical wisdom from the book of Proverbs. Start with seeking counsel. Proverbs 11:14 says, "Where there is no guidance, a people falls, but in an abundance of counselors there is safety." So people need a leader to achieve meaningful outcomes, and leaders need input from those they lead. Being open to learning from your employees is an important aspect of leading them.
Ecclesiastes 4 mentions the difference between a foolish king who no longer knew how to take advice and a poor, wise youth. In this example, the wise young man was a better leader. Good leaders never stop being teachable. Leaders who value their employees are in listening mode. They want to understand how their employees feel. They are open to having emotional discussions around concerns their employees may have. They reach out to their employees to ask how they can do a better job of leading. Leaders like this are confident in their abilities and open to honest, transparent conversations with their employees. They are experts at adult-to-adult conversations.
And it isn't just about getting advice, it's about collaboration. Jesus involved others in decision-making, creating ownership. Your team will deliver robust outcomes when they feel involved and heard. Create a caring and transparent relationship with them so they know psychological safety exists in your relationship. A safety that allows them to tell you how you can improve as a leader. Be open to accepting their advice. They actually know you better as a leader than you know yourself.
Next, focus on steadfastness and loyalty. Proverbs 20:28 teaches that steadfast love and faithfulness preserve the king, or we could insert leader for king, and by steadfast love his throne is upheld. Consistency builds stability. Your followers need to know what to expect from you. Employees are constantly reading the room. Don't make them guess at how you will respond at any given moment. Be predictable. They want to understand your expectations of them, and they want your approach to be predictable. At the heart of the leader-employee relationship is a desire for a sense of security about their position. Employees will continually scan your interactions for signs of safety. Give them a sense of safety and security by being predictable in your behaviors. Share in detail what you expect of them. Allow them to ask questions. Give them supportive correction when they miss the mark and encouraging words when they meet your expectations. In return, they will be more relaxed and will improve their performance. And their level of loyalty will soar, leaving you with the ability to retain your star employees, which in the end demonstrates you are an excellent leader.
Another key is diligent work. Proverbs 12:24 states, "The hand of the diligent will rule." You can't be a Bible-centric, lazy leader. Leaders must set the pace through hard work and clear results. This earns respect. Employees are eager to invest themselves in meaningful work that is directed and resourced by a trusted leader. The Apostle Paul put it this way, "Work wholeheartedly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people." In other words, a leader must always strive for excellence as a representative of God. To do less is to rob your organization of your wisdom, productivity, and effectiveness. Your employees deserve your best.
The key biblical tenets for leaders, as expressed in Scripture, are integrity, collaboration, and consistent service. It's really about a mindset that's built around biblical principles. The Bible-centric mindset. Imagine how different leaders and organizations would be if these attributes were the core focus. Incorporate those attributes in your thinking and actions to lead effectively.
Great. That should get you started on your journey toward Bible-centric leadership. Which of these principles will you implement this week? Let us know in the comments. We greatly appreciate the gift of your time. If this video has blessed you, please consider subscribing so you don't miss future topics, and give us a thumbs up so the video gets shared more widely. Be encouraged as you seek to be a Bible-centric leader. We'll see you next time.
This is a copyrighted production of Motivity Media. To access more articles, videos, and audio content, visit us at motivitymedia.com. And if you'd like to learn more about God's eternal plan for you, go to motivitymedia.com/why.